Hi, it's 2009. Here I am again. I am looking for signs in the kill zone area, and I have found what I'm looking for. It's early April or something like that, and here's my first sign. As you can see, it's a leg bone. It still has the meat on it in the joint area, and you can see where it was snapped off. That, what you're looking at, is blood, and in this woods it was smelling quite bad, so it was very recent. And there's another part, another leg, and you can see how it was snapped off. And what's interesting about things like this is that if I walk from one thing that I find to another and then to another, they always seem to be in a straight line. So I followed these two things and I found more bones, more parts of the leg. And that's the direction I need to go because that's where everything is pointing. So I trucked off, and about 30 feet from there I found this leg. A front leg, it looks like, because it's a thinner leg. And again, it was snapped off. This may seem like it's odd, but it's not. To me, it's just normal now. And then I found the lower leg. And the foot. Now this is what I call major evidence, because this is what the sign was that was at my house. It was a big pile of droppings, and it was a foot just like that. After looking around the area, all I could find was just this little tiny clump of hair. So anyway, now that I know that they've been here and everything, I decide to, obviously I didn't find any heads, or I didn't find anything else of the body. So I decide I'm going to follow this. Where it goes through is this swamp area, and then it goes off into this mountain area. So I decide to head off that way and see what I will find. Here is that strange cut again. This time you can see it a little better. See? It's cut, and then it's half torn on from a fresh branch. These branches were all leading to this area in a straight line from the bones, and I came across them about a mile from where I found the bones in a straight line. And I was walking through the woods, and I started seeing like somebody had thrown all these cut off pine branches all over the place. And so I followed them, and then I came to this area that they were in the bottom of this cliff looking thing, and they were all there. It looks like that's where they originated from. They were totally fresh from the night before, I would say. The area had been packed down, as you can see. It's a little hard to see, but my theory is that this is a bed, or this is the bed of the creature or whatever I am following. What is interesting about this is that the rocks behind it are very, very sharp, and it looks like somebody's been mining the rocks. As you can see in that picture, there's probably a close-up coming up. There. So in one of the videos that I did, I found the hair, fur or whatever it is, and it had been cut off, and I found a broken bottle, which I assumed was the implement that was used to do it. In this case, I said, oh, these rocks are razor sharp. And so I looked around, and I started seeing little cuts on a little tree next to it, one being about 10 feet up. And what makes this interesting is that the bark was the only thing that was cut off from it, that the underneath, the meat of the tree, as it were, was not harmed one bit. There wasn't even a scratch on it. It was like it was surgically done for some reason, as though somebody had been practicing with the rock that they were about to use on these trees. I came back to this bed many times during the year and found that it had been used. I actually put up a trail cam at one point, and every time the bed was being used, I would get blacked out videos and white videos and just blacked out pictures, etc. And yet when there was like a raccoon there, it had no problem videotaping. Also, around places like this, I always find rare plants, etc., that are always just like somebody planted them.